Sweet.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go. All right. It's on Twitter. It's officially on Twitter, dude. We all are streaming it like on all other platforms. So it's streaming like 4 separate times on Twitter, 4 separate times on YouTube. If this doesn't get 1 million views, we failed.
Dude, this is also on LinkedIn. I've managed to hook it up to LinkedIn.
You got it on LinkedIn? Yeah. How'd you do it? I've been trying. It doesn't let me.
I just had to edit the title to slightly fewer characters, and then it was all good.
Bro, I did that. I had it all the way down to 10 characters. It just said tea time, and it was like, nope, you don't have permission. And I was like,
oh shit! So also you had to reduce the size of the description. So I did that. That might have been the thing. That might have been where you were. Yeah, because it wasn't obvious. I just fucked around. But yeah, okay. I think we're live on LinkedIn as well. Yeah. I've never seen this.
Let's go, dude. Well, if anyone is live from LinkedIn, hello.
Oh, we're live on LinkedIn. Yes, look at this.
If I knew we were on LinkedIn, I would have worn my suit. Go. All right, guys. Well, welcome to the Joyage Kingdom. Welcome to Tea Time in the Joyage Kingdom. Today we have a super awesome special guest. I wanted to hide it from everybody. I didn't even tell anyone until right when I did the go live tweet. We have Philip from the NFT show. He's someone I do a show with every Friday now. Kind of like Tea Time, but a different thing. It's on his channel, so make sure you guys check that out on Fridays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, I believe it is, something like that. And yeah, we're going to talk about DGen trading. We got Tom in the house, of course, and we're going to talk about goblins. We're going to talk about NFT stuff. We're going to talk about, I don't even know what else. Yeah, I'm not sure what else. There's not too much going on, honestly, like things that are like noteworthy. There's a couple things here and there, but what have you guys been hearing? That's been like, what's been the stories that you guys been paying attention to this week?
You know what? I've been deep. It's funny because like I haven't because it's all been about DGen plays, and that is not my life. So I actually doubled down on I recorded a video today all about where I think the future of NFTs are going.
Okay.
And yeah, I actually think put a lot of effort into that today. So excited to get that out tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, stories wise, hit me with the alpha because I've been.
So there's one that launched Grimbog's bed bugs, and that's a very, very notable team. So that one is sitting at like nothing, 0.004 or something. In normal markets, I reckon that would be 0.2, 0.3. I think they had to change it to a free mint. I'm not sure near the end, but I picked one of those up today. Because I do think it's Toby Lasso is one of them. And there's a couple of them, like really big names, really, really notable. And I think like medium term, to pick one up now, it's almost like that Stephen Bliss one, Fear City, which also in normal markets, he was the GTA illustrator. In normal markets, that would be half a ETH. And it's sitting at 0.1, 0.15. So I've been sort of making these, not DGen plays, like medium-term plays, picking these up, 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 there.
Philip?
To hold, okay. Because I think when the market does recover, these will still be around and these projects will work and they'll deliver. So yeah, I've been picking those up. The other thing I bought today is a RTKFT gold box at 2.5 ETH. Those were I've been watching it for like a month, and they've been like 3.5, 4, 3.5, and today it hit 2.5. And I thought, no one's looking at RTKFT at the moment, but I mean, even the clones are 10 ETH, 10.5 ETH, which is crazy. And that's the ecosystem I love. So I've been making clever moves. I've also been degening, but yeah.
I was just gonna say, for people who don't know, Phillips is a big believer in the what is it? Is it Adidas or the Nike that you're a bigger fan of? Because I know you hold the Clone X. Nike. Yeah. So that's one of your big plays. That's one of his long-term bets because he believes in the Nike ecosystem, which is a pretty strong play. Honestly, it's a better argument than most people have for whatever NFTs that they're holding. Tom, do you have any bullish ecosystem you're interested in right now that maybe has changed in this bear?
So some research that I was doing the other day, and I think I spoke to you about this, I found a project, not an NFT project, but a project that are aiming to be a fractionalized fund for buying blue chips. So I was reading their thesis, I was reading their roadmap, and they were planning on only investing in, I think, 4 brands. So Yuga Labs, Doodles, like Artifacts, Clone X, and then the other one was World of Women. So there's only 4 ecosystems. And
shit.
So yeah, so when we're talking about that kind of stuff, like what I'm looking to get into, I think Philip said it himself, right? You know, you've got to make bets on conviction plays, which you look at Artifact, you look at what it's a no-brainer. It's have you seen how much activity goes on the Artifact Instagram? Like how many stories get reposted by them? It's like hundreds, almost every day. It's like dozens and dozens. Yeah, people. It's
shit, okay.
Yeah, like, we highly recommend people checking it out. Lots of activity. I think more than 500,000 followers on their Instagram page.
Jeez.
That's
okay.
insane.
Wow. That's wait.
That's
what?
insane.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. It's their
On
Instagram page.
Instagram
Let me look this shit up. Does anyone else know about this stuff? That's crazy.
And then you can also get into the ecosystem on the vals are like under half a ETH. So there are some entries at a lower price, but yeah, the ecosystem's cool.
I don't know if people can see that, but yeah, a lot of fucking followers right there. That might be better. That is crazy.
What's it say?
462,000 followers. That is a lot of followers.
Yeah, like it surprised me when I saw that. I was like, okay, that's a huge amount. Because if you think about, again, if you think about how many active wallets there are on OpenSea, right? Like it was only 1 million in January. I think we're at close to 1.5 million now. So not huge amounts, like for that many eyes. I mean, maybe they're bots. Who knows?
Jesus Christ, that's a lot. And I see some people in the chat. Sorry, I was pulling up other tabs. I accidentally forgot to open up all the tabs. I typically have those open before, so that's probably why my face was laggy. If it was, I have no idea. But I see my man Bryce is in the house. Me and Bryce are working on a little bit of a business plan. We've been on TikTok Live, actually putting some of it together, which is fun. We're working on so Tom, you know how I'm more bigger on content than I am trading or NFTs in general. Shit, hold on. I have to run downstairs for 5 seconds to grab this package. I'll be back in 10 seconds. Philip, I want you to drop some DGen trading tips while I'm gone. I'll be back in like literally 30 seconds.
Some DGen trading tricks. All right.
With the DGen trading tips.
Well, Tom, let's keep talking about Artifact because I'm not really a teacher at heart. So the other thing that I don't know if you know, but that's really cool. The team that is working on the boxes, they only get paid for Nike. They only get paid in royalties on the secondary. So if there's a team that's working on the gold box, it's in their best interest to make sure that whatever they put in that box for users when it gets revealed is something that's going to pump on the secondary, because that's how they get compensated. So that's why, the silver box was incredible. You got a gold box inside of it, plus the sneakers, plus the vial, right? And so they incentivize to make it as amazing as possible. And that also makes me really bullish on the boxes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise when you look at, it's one of the biggest apparel organizations in the world that are funding, are behind it at least. I'm not surprised at all. When I saw the teaser video that maybe it wasn't a teaser, but it was talking about the mechanisms of the vial a few weeks ago now. And it was a sick video. Like, it was sick. It was just like, cool. It was like, okay, cool. I'm not even into this stuff, but this is super, super cool. So yeah, have you got are there any other like digital wearables and stuff that you wear or you have, or like you?
I've got a couple, like a few projects that I've been in. They've given me stuff, like Deadfellas gave me a jacket and that you can wear. But like, you go to the sandbox and no one's there, so it's like I'm walking around in my jacket, But I think we need to find a place where everyone is. The more we go through it, the less convinced I am that it's a sandbox or Decentraland type thing, to be quite honest,
Got
I
you.
think we're yet to see it.
So my kind of vision on this is quite clear. I think that virtual reality is in the metaverse that everyone has talked about. Like you just mentioned, Decentraland Sandbox. In my opinion, that is the only place that those can start to accelerate is via gamers. Like there has to be an incentivization to utilize those platforms. People aren't going to fucking go and hang out in parties with Snoop Dogg when it's like they're just who would want to do that. So I feel like I feel exactly right. Like that's not happening. It's just a dumbass thing. What I do see happening is, which is super clear to me, and we talked about this last time, which was the innovation around augmented reality first. So we did say we kind of dropped some fake alpha that Apple were going to be dropping their first kind of like augmented.
And then right after he drops the alpha, he goes, "Oh, actually, you know what? That's actually not true."
yeah, not fake news. So yeah, it's the evolution of like, we're looking through my glasses. I'm looking at you guys on the screen, and there is something that is a trigger that through my glasses, I'm seeing you wearing a stick, hat, glasses, jewelry, whatever
Tom,
it is.
you know what, dude? The alpha actually wasn't fake. The alpha was real. These are the new Apple AR glasses.
Here we go. We knew it.
Able to see what NFTs you've been lying about. I know what NFTs are in your wallet that are in your hidden folder that you haven't told us. I know you have 14 doodles, Tom, that you've been lying to us about, and you've been holding this bag. I know Philip has 97 Bored Apes. He's actually Journey Crypto. He's actually Tony under the green hoodie, the ridiculous green hoodie, copying my color.
But my mint price is not going to be so expensive.
Oh,
so
fuck.
don't. Yeah, I'm not going to milk my community.
Yeah, and you make consistent content. Fuck. All right, sorry. Okay, we'll get back to it. So with the business venture me and Bryce are doing, it's more content focused. That's something I kind of pinpointed a little bit, I think, because of Alex Hormozy, Tom, because Alex has been he's so fucking direct with his advice that I started to think more direct, and I was like, dude, I was trying to think of ways I could do business. Obviously, I'm watching him all the time, so I'm learning about business stuff, and I'm thinking about business stuff. And I was like, what can I actually provide here that actually is helpful that I'm doing? And I was like, dude, well, why not? I mean, obviously, we were talking about the business side. Like, I'm working on the business side with the Brutally Honest Reviews. I'm learning about that. But also, like, I'm really good with the content side of everything. Like, that's what I do. That's why I built all my brand, all organic. There's no, like, whitelist giveaways happening all the time. It's, like, all organic growth, TikTok videos. I learned that on myself. And I was like, okay, so I'm really, really good on camera. I figured out the kind of how to make content in a way where you can build an actual community on TikTok, even on different apps, different platforms. You have your own communities there. And I was like, I'm almost like I specialize in that. So what me and Bryce are doing, because I can't do the organization structure. I'm absolutely terrible with infrastructure and organization and stuff like that. So I gave him this idea, and he was like, that's actually a great idea. And he like threw together this PowerPoint style thing, and he started to lay out the framework of it, of what we could offer. And we're basically working on that. And I think it's actually a fucking biomass, really scalable option for an online service where we basically have like a private Discord where I go in there and I drop literally, you know how I send you on TikTok all these trending sounds and you never fucking use them?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to basically drop all the trending sounds that I'm using in real time, the video I use, and then a tip on how to integrate that for different styles of Web3 specific projects and brands. Because what I've noticed after all my Brutally Honest reviews is that not a single fucking one of them knows how to make content. They all suck. They're all terrible. They don't understand how to build a community through content. And I was like, that's literally what I do. And I was like, we could do this. Me and Bryce are really good at this. He also is good at things I'm not good at, which is how you're supposed to pair them together. Like Alex Hormozy said, he's like, pick someone who's good at this. If you're good at that, you shouldn't be getting two people who are good at the same thing. And so that's what we're building right now. We have like a membership style. He was thinking about doing like a POAP NFT just for fun. And then we wanted to do like a weekly Zoom call. We hop on with everyone in there, kind of like how Gary Vee does with his V friends. And I just have like all these fucking ideas. And I came up with it all in the toilet. So I'm really excited.
Dude, I'm so glad that you're doing this, because I feel like we talk about this all a lot, like or we talk about this a lot about the participation in this space. And it's like at the moment all we're doing is like, you just have to be experimenting and trying stuff out, and you take what you're extremely good at, which you are extremely good at, and you have so much value that you can add to people, or that you can give to people, and really, really help people out. And so I'm really glad that you've considered how you can like leverage all of the different technologies that we have available to us to kind of make that into business. Because like ultimately that is like what that's where we have to go. We have to be thinking about that. We have to be flexing that muscle to be able to develop it. It is, we go back to like what Alex says all the time, which is you cannot skip ahead. You have to stack skills, and you cannot skip ahead. And the best way to doing that is just is just fucking going for it and trying stuff out that you haven't done.
You know what's interesting? Also, for the last like few weeks, you've been saying Alex, and I thought you meant Alex Becker, bro. I thought you've been talking about Alex Becker the entire time. So like there was one time we got in, not even an argument. I just like went in a totally different direction because I thought you were talking about Alex, and I was like, you're like, oh, Alex like does this really well, and I was like, well, Alex like makes really not consistent content. And now looking back, I'm like, are you kidding me? Alex Hormizzi posts like every single day, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. So that's actually hilarious. But
fucking hell, yeah, Becker. I do love Becker, but I have a very different type of love for him.
Yeah. All right. Anyways,
Dude, we're gonna tell us a little bit about the timeline though for that. Like, what are we looking at here?
Oh man, the timeline I'm not sure. I mean, we're gonna get started soon. Like, so yesterday we were on TikTok Live, putting together some of the infrastructure around it, kind of coming up with the game plan, how we're doing a membership side. Don't want to do an NFT because then I have to worry about the NFT side of it. I just don't feel like doing that. So we want to do a pull-up NFT for like either like the first come first serve style or what we're gonna do. But we have a membership style, and there's a lot of things that I added into the membership layout that I didn't think. That I was surprised that I came up with just organically. Like, for example, we did the 1 month membership, which was you don't really get much out of it because the goal is to funnel them to the 3 month membership up front where they pay you 3 months up front. That's the goal because that way they stay with you for at least 3 months. And in those 3 months, I plan to bring as much fucking value as possible. So by the time they get to the 3 months, they're like, where's the 6 month membership kind of thing? And so we laid it out and it was like by charts, like what you get for the 1 month, you get the 45-minute Zoom call. Kind of like an exposure thing to kind of get you all set up. And then you get all the access to all the other deliverables, which is in the Discord. You get like the A to Z, like how to actually brand your content in a way where it makes sense. And you can actually look at it on a visual and say, okay, we need to make one of these videos a day, one of these kinds of videos a day, and then why we have to make these. And then the 2 month one, you get a 1 hour session with us instead of 45. So it's like a small little difference, but it's one of those where it's like 15 minutes. Makes no real difference, but it's kind of like a visual aid there. And then you also get a TikTok live with me or Bryce or something like that. And then you get a podcast on my main channel, which is a X amount of value for free that you get. And then if you do the 3 month, you get a brutally honest review for your project for free. You get the NFT the podcast on my channel for free. You get a TikTok live with me and Bryce. And then you get like all these other things. I forget what the other things are, but basically it's laid out so that you see it on one page. It's like, wow, the 3 month, you get so much more value out of it. And then we haven't decided on pricing. But I mean, the goal there is like if you can get like a handful of clients, that's a lot of money right there. You know,
dude, I'm so glad that you're doing this because it is just it was the logical evolution of like what you've already been doing and you're productizing it. And yeah, man, I would have you read Hormozzi's book?
He sent it to me. Bryce already, he loves Alex too. So I've been watching a lot of Alex's video content. He has a whole he has like a course that I'm going through right now that I haven't started yet. And he has a book that I got to read too. But that's kind of what I'm working on.
Awesome,
how about you, Philip? Are you working on anything behind the scenes other than NFT trading stuff? Are you getting into anything else or are you sticking in that lane right now?
No, so we've got the alpha services that we offer to projects. So either already minted projects or new projects that want to give value. We then set up channels in their Discord with like alpha news, your normal security alerts, any like degen stuff. If they want that, there's like degen alpha where we just look at like 1 minute candles on NFT.
Dude, that shit is fucking degen, Tom. That shit is degenerate. 1 minute candles. That's
1 minute candles. That's the best way because then you can obviously you also look at 5 minutes and 15 minutes and 30 minutes to make sure it's got legs, but that's where you pick it up the soonest. So we offer that as a monthly subscription to different projects, and that adds a lot of value. A lot of projects are already minted projects, and they make that section only to holders. So it sort of incentivizes people to hold and or to buy the NFT. So that's really quite a good thing. And then the consulting is quite time consuming, So any projects that haven't minted yet, they're looking like, can someone look over the roadmap? Mint price, should they drop in this market? I'll save you a fortune. No. Collection size, just all of that. A full Discord audit. We do full website audit. So between that and the content and my degen,
busy life right there.
Plays for myself. There's not much time for anything else, but I mean that's
why we're all friends, because we don't have like a project where we're making a project about giraffes or something. Like it's around our brand and what we can offer. So like everything we offer is solely value focused. Like me and Bryce are so focused on bringing value to the people because we want them at the end of our membership to be like, wow, I can't wait to sign up again. And same with Tom, dude. He's got the Summit Club, which you can talk about, which is basically the everything, like a one-stop shop for everything NFTs, and it's Dubs, bro. Like he literally works day in and day out, 24/7. I don't know how the fuck he secures so many whitelist spots for his community, but him and Nate, dude, like the community we've grown on YouTube fam, bro, we're up, like we got a bunch of beast motherfuckers out here. Like we're putting in work. I talked to Nate quite a bit. He's in there. He's like everyone's putting in work.
I love Nate. I love Nate so much. I'll tell you a quick story about Nate, and then Tom, I really want to hear about the Summer Club, and I just want to tell you a quick story. So I literally had like 5 subscribers. Okay, I just started the YouTube channel, and I DM'd Nate on Twitter. And I said to him, "How's it? You don't know me. I've been watching you for a while. I really respect you. I'm about to start a YouTube channel. You know, do you have any pointers?" Next second, my phone rings. He says, "Do you have a pen and paper?" So I'm like, yeah. Honestly, I like we'd never met before. He took like an hour to take me through stuff. Like honestly, it was absolutely incredible. And since then, we've become really, really good friends. And I speak to him a lot. And and I value him hugely. But yeah, he's such an absolute legend, really and truly.
Yeah,
Tom, tell us about the Summer Club, because I saw something on it. I was watching your interview with someone, I think today.
I want to definitely talk about that shit. That was cool.
Free mint. Yeah.
Well, first, let's also throw some love towards Nate, because I think everyone has. I think all of us have like man crushes on him.
We do.
I know every time someone else gets introduced to him, they're like, "Fuck, this guy is just next level." And I same for me. Like he I can't thank him enough. Like he was the first NFT YouTuber who I spoke to, and he like fucking helped me so much.
Same, dude. Same.
Yeah, I feel like we're probably all in the same boat. Like he just the amount of shit that he
preys on new NFT YouTubers though. That's really what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Yeah.
We're all talking about it.
Yeah, we fucking like it. Yeah, he's working actually.
But yeah, he's a full-on legend. So yeah, I had a great chat with another Australian YouTuber yesterday. Lives just up the coast from Nate, a guy called Liam Donnelly, he's a guy who I think similar to all of us. Like we've bided our time. We haven't launched projects until we feel like we've got a really good idea of where this is going, and I feel like all of us have a much better idea of where this is going long term. We've seen what's happened over the last kind of 3-4 months, and I feel like I've got a very clear picture of where this is headed, and now I know what direction I want to go in. But yeah, Liam is doing a free mint in I think next, is it this weekend? I think it is going to be this weekend. So keep an eye out for it.
Oh,
I think so. Yeah, it's going to be this weekend. And it is the whole concept is that this is a guy who was trying to flip his way from 0.6 ETH to 1 million Australian dollars. And he, from what I understand, he tipped the $250,000 Australian dollars mark just before ETH dumped. Wow. So he did amazingly well. But his kind of like posted about this, and cut a clip into it. But the secret that he really gave was that the flipping all came from just adding value to other people who had communities who were able to leverage whitelist spots for him, and he just added like extreme amounts of value without being asked to do it. So as like we all have those people in our communities who offer to do stuff, who do stuff.
Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce is an incredible example of that. And it goes to show, like, if you do those kinds of things and you keep putting yourself out there and not asking for stuff, people will eventually they will either just bring you opportunities in return, or you will then have leverage to be like, hey, look, I've helped you out for so long. You position it however you want, but then they will then be inclined to help you out. And so what he's done is he was part of, I think, Ryan D Crypto's group, really deep in there. He would make Google calendars, he would make sheets and stuff to really help drive value without being asked. And built up, and Zenika's, I think also his community, built up enough equity with those guys that when he was like, I'm going to launch my own project to teach others how I've done this flipping challenge, he went to these guys and he had equity. He had equity with them and was like, would you be interested in sharing your stories to this audience for free? And they were like, sure, we'll help you out. So moral of the story is like, and yeah, we always go back to it. I mean, this stuff gets thrown around, but like Hormozy goes on about it. Like, you just deliver value and you deliver it without expecting sort of stuff in return.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, because I don't think Bryce was ready when I was just like,
you know.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, you want to make it so that you're necessary.
Yeah, and then when you do something, that's the first person you think of, because you know. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't think he
So
was
Tom,
expecting
the
me
Summer
when
Club,
I said that.
You haven't told us.
Yeah, let's do it. Tell us.
Oh, the Summit Club. So there's I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say or what not to say, because I have this all formulated. And
can I give you my description of what I think it is from like a broad understanding?
Yeah, go for it,
Okay, so a broad understanding is just a community of like-minded. This sounds like super stupid, but like like-minded people who are all they're building in space, but basically they're trying to level up in the space. It's a bunch of people who are all in there looking with the sole goal of leveling up, whether that's going in there to talk strategy or to get to, you know, obviously you bring a shit ton of whitelists, and you bring a ton of value there. But it's basically like it's literally a one-stop shop for if you want to level up your NFT game in all the assets. And then there's a ton of people in that community who are dope as fuck. There's some YouTubers in there, there's some DJ and traders, but there's some really, really high level people in there. So it's essentially just like a lit out, not an alpha group, but it's an alpha group. It's an alpha group in the sense that it's a bunch of sick people in there. And that's how you level up. You surround yourself with sick people, and that's how sick stuff happens. So that's kind of how I look at it.
You know what, like, that is exactly what it is. It is at its core is bringing a bunch of people together who all want to level up, but also want to stay here. I wrote I spent over the past 3 weeks, I took my foot off the content pedal, because I really wanted to make sure that the next moves that I make are in the right direction, but I wanted to really get feedback from my community. So I put the offer out there to have one-on-one calls with me, if people wanted to. I jumped on as many calls as I could for the last couple of weeks. Just spent time soaking up as much from everyone's perspective. Couple of things that like really I felt really kind of like happy about was, one, a lot of the community members who are in there would talk about how the Summit Club was their like home Discord server. You know, like the first place that they would come at the beginning of the day, which is, all of us have our communities, and that's what you want to hear when you're building community, right? You want to hear that they're coming back because there's something there. So that was really good, because I actually thought that these were a lot of people who were also very deep in other communities. So it was good to hear that. It was validating to hear that. And then the other thing was really around how the people who are still there in the community really are here for the long term. It is not the whitelists. The whitelists are, I've said this for all along, like an icing on the cake. It's like the cherry on top of the cake. Yeah. It is the network that you surround yourself in. It is the surrounding yourself with people in there who are trying to make moves. And as it stands right now, we've got an extremely small group of like really only 20 members, with about like 10 staff and VIPs who are in there. And the guys who are the members are all fucking leveling up so fast, getting full-time jobs in Web3, building projects, building tools, deep, like really high quality investors, doing art for projects. Like, these are all people that are leveling up. And the next phase is to build a slightly larger group. So the alpha here is that I'll be dropping an NFT. I'll be dropping the NFT project in about 6 weeks' time, and it will be a membership. There will only be 99 tokens. It'll be an NFT gated tokenized community of only 99 ever. It will be max ever, and it will be it'll be like my inner circle. People will have access to me, my brand. They will always have access to me if they want to jump on a call. As long as they're a member. If they want to have a call with me, they can jump on a call with me. The first tranche though, this is the alpha, and I've posted this on Twitter a few times. We're only going to have 69 members to start off with. So I've posted this.
Awesome.
I've posted this on Twitter a few times. 69 members to start off with, and the final piece of alpha is that I will be creating the NFTs, which Cade knows, in New York City in 2 weeks' time.
And I will be photographing. I have my Polaroid and my professional camera. I'll be taking some photos, so you guys will be able to see behind the scenes of that. It's gonna be fun. And also that's very similar to like my Genesis tokens. You know, I have 46 right now. There's gonna be 50. There's a chance that goes up to 100, but it'll never be. The cap is 100. That's if I decide. That's because I'm only 23 and I want to keep 50 just in case I decide to do more later on. And depending if I level up and I'm at a point where I can actually take care of 100 people to the point where I'm like, this is worth it, where it doesn't take away from the 50, then I maybe would do that. But currently the goal is to keep it at 50. That means the sequel is going to be 6 NFTs. It's going to be tiny as fuck and hard to get. But it's the same. Like the Genesis tokens, like they always have access to me. We have a small private Discord. They always have, I think it's 3x on Discord spots or on whitelist spots. So they almost every single time my holders will win any kind of whitelist. And the same with you, Tom. Like a lot of my people who are in the Discord who are in there every single day have been there since either they're OGs, they've been there since like the first 100 people, or they're holders of my NFTs. And so they're going to get access to like all your shit. Like if you do something cool, those 100 people are going to be who you kind of give off those spots to, or like whatever those opportunities get. Like with my content creation, if they're interested in the content creation, they get a free membership for all my holders. So that's totally free to them. And anything else I do in the future, they'll get. I mean, I don't know if it'll be free for everything I do, depending on what it is, but they always will have access to that. So I love the idea of those Genesis tokens because it's fun as fuck, dude. And so
the one thing that I took inspiration from you in is, which is what I don't think we see enough of, is the default is to go and make these pretty budget looking passes. Do you know, like as in it's I feel like we're there at the kind of the crossroads, that intersection or whatever, cross section of art, culture, science, technology, which is why I'm so fucking fascinated in it all. And so for you, that's why I bought yours like initially, was because you fucking are an incredible artist. And that to me, I'm not an incredible artist. But I'm
in New York.
Yeah, but I have like I know that I will be, and it's something it's something that I so for me, the creation, like creating them, I feel like it adds another layer to the actual ultimately I could fucking easily get someone to make some pretty shitty looking thing.
And this is Tom, for anyone who's wondering. This is the self-portrait collection called the Prequel. This is one of the shots. I think this is the exact one that you have. There's like multiple copies, because there's like ones right next to it that are like very similar, like all in the same area that we took these shots. But so that's when he gets. It's a good one. It's a really good one. That's one of my favorite.
Dude,
shots.
I love it. Honestly, when I bought it was one of my first ever NFTs when I bought it, and I was like, absolutely loved it. Like it was super, super cool.
Hell yeah. Well, listen, we got a bunch of stories to get into. I know people are wondering what's going on in the crypto space. We have a couple things we want to bring up. I've got an announcement I want to make. So let's fucking get into it. Let's get into it. All right. Sharing my screen. I hope. Can you guys? Are we sharing your screen? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, bro.
Confirm. Okay, cool. So I can't see our screen. So we have cryptocurrency looking rough, fam. Looking not so good. I mean, there's a little bit of green and red in the market, but overall, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. So Ada just.
What does question for Philip? Philip, where do you, because what I'm looking at here, I'm seeing that we've been consolidating for like 2 weeks now. If you look, if that chart is like what is that like?
3 weeks. 3 weeks of just literally just straight across the board.
Yeah. So where do you? There's speculation that there's more capitulation about to happen. What do you think?
Do you pay attention to that stuff, Philip?
I do, because obviously the price obviously of the cryptos affects NFTs. I'm not a crypto guy, but there's a few guys that I really respect that are, and just talking to them and everything, I think we're in for a lot more pain, unfortunately, on the crypto side, and by extension on the NFT side as well. So if you just look at the macroeconomics of what's going on, and we all know it, it's just not looking very pretty. So, I do think that we've got downwards to go, as much as it pains me, but I really do. I think the next couple of months are going to be tough, and I think sort of at the end of third quarter is going to start to pick up. And they've got the midterm elections coming up in the States. So Biden's going to want to start to do some stuff about the economy at that stage, and that's when the Fed will have had enough chance to do all their damage. So I think we're looking another 2-3 months or so of it being difficult.
Yeah, and that would be kind of similar to what happened in 2021. A little bit of a pretty much just lull in the market, like Benjamin Cohen always says. And dude, yeah, we're always gonna have opportunities. Like they said the same shit in the summer. Like people still made massive flips on money, even in a lower market, because it's all relative. Like if Bitcoin jumps from 28K to 33K, and then Cardano goes from 60 cents to $1 on a random Tuesday, you just made an X return. And like that, it doesn't really matter if the price was at $1 or $4. Like it still had that like relative jump of percentage increase. And so you always want to, if you're looking to make money trading and stuff, percentage increase is the only thing that really matters. Obviously, if you're holding large bags over the long term, that's where it does affect your bags. But look at this look at this volume, guys. We were at 130 days ago for volume-ish sometimes. And then we have crashed all the way down to a low of almost $10 million. That is unbelievable. What are your thoughts on that? You guys got any thoughts on that? Or is it just like rip?
Philip, after you, man.
I mean, I think it's exactly that. Is the volatility is trickling down into NFTs. Guys know what the good projects are. They don't want to deploy ETH now into an NFT. Then the floor price stays the same at best, but the ETH price goes down 30% further. Rather keep it in ETH, to be quite honest. So guys are not deploying capital to the blue chips. All that's going on is degen plays at the moment, and we're seeing that. So if you actually look, the active monthly people is quite a lot. So, but people are not buying the high value NFTs, right? If you look at the top 25 chart, it's all shit and piss and derivatives of derivatives. That's what's going on. There's no Bored Ape, there's no mutants, there's no doodles, there's no World of Women, there's no cool cats, there's nothing. So people are doing a lot of trades, which is good. At least we're getting guys back in, but they're trading at 0.001 and then selling it at 0.005. And so that's what's happening.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of that shit, dude. A lot of undercutting, a lot of people just literally taking like $9 profit, but then they're losing money on gas and fees. So I'm like, what are you doing?
And commission.
What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, so it's quite funny because I spent today the video that I made, like the intro is all about those all of those like those crazy named projects. I look at it, and I was kind of tracking some of the charts last night, and there's opportunity, man. It's there is a huge amount of opportunity to make. And Nate posted about this the other day, made a video about how the number of transactions are actually really, really high. So they've stayed the same, but you're like, Philip's completely right. The allocation of capital is going towards how can I make fast money? And I just saw my failed. Shall I give my L for last week?
Do it.
If you scroll, so just at number 7 on that list is Akumu Dragons. Do you guys know about this?
Never heard of that project. Well, I think I've heard of it from you, maybe, or I saw a post about it briefly. I don't know anything about them though.
So they are
the quarter of an ETH.
Yeah, but So anyway, the hype the hype around them was based around the fact that they are the companion project to Boriyuku Dragons, which is one of the heaviest blue chip Sol projects. Had like a 200 Sol floor price, and they were going to drop a 10K collection on ETH and be the first project to kind of do a cross bridge project with ETH and Sol, go from Sol to ETH. When I saw this initially, I was like, 10K is steep, and I think the mint price was like 1.86 or something, so it's pretty fucking steep for a 10K collection. And I just knew there was going to be a lot of eyes on this. I didn't have a whitelist or anything, and it minted, and then it had an issue in the contract. There was an exploit. They had to pause the mint for a few days. Bunch of FUD, obviously, as that happened. So that kind of took the wind a bit out. But I was like, well, buy the FUD, right? That's a pretty classic thing. And yeah, then they launched the mint again. It started minted out. And I think it minted out at around, there was trading initially at like 0.7 or something. And then they did an immediate reveal, which I always think is that's always a good thing, right? Like an immediate reveal and then immediate price action.
Actually, I do want to hear what your thoughts are on that. But or I guess, both of your thoughts on that. That's an interesting topic to go wait, instant reveal? Like you buy it, instantly reveals, or like the end of the day it reveals? Like what do you mean?
Yeah, it was after mint out. So after everything had minted, right? So it had completely minted, and then it was an instant reveal. And then there was about, I would say, a 6 to 9 hour period where metadata was refreshing. Obviously, the metadata was accessible, but you couldn't see it on OpenSea. And it dropped from 0.7. And I was actually walking. It was on a Saturday morning, and I was walking to the driving range to go hit some golf balls. And I've never bought anything on my phone. I've never done the MetaMask on my phone. And I was listening to a Twitter Spaces, and they were talking about it. And I looked on the floor, and I could see the floor like kind of dropping. And I was like, okay, well, I think that this is going to get, this will pump again to like 0.7, 0.8. And it was dropping to about 0.3, 0.4. And I was like, fuck, that is the perfect entry point. 0.3, 0.4. That's like a good entry point, because I know that later on, I reckon I can 2x that tonight. So I play golf, go home, and all of a sudden I see the floor is like just fucking shot up, and it's like at 0.7. And I was like, I got home. I didn't buy, and I got home, and I was like, damn. That is literally I was so annoyed, because that was my play. My play was buy in at 0.4, flip it for like a 1.8, 2x or something. And I convinced myself that it was going to go further than 0.7, 0.8. And I bought the very top at 0.78.
Jesus Christ. And that's a good tip for anyone to look at percentage loss and percentage gain and weigh that. That's something that Alex Becker, that's probably the one biggest takeaway from Alex Becker's channel. Yeah. Look at how much lower could it go relative to how much higher it could go, and pick one. Like, which would you rather have? Like, if you're looking to sell, you're like, okay, it pumped to 0.6, so I have a 0.5 profit. Would I rather take a guaranteed 0.5 profit, or gamble that it goes another 0.2 ETH with the off chance the other side of it going all the way down? Would I rather have that 0.5 gain guaranteed? And for me, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, I'm taking the guaranteed profit. But it's hard. So in real time, it's hard.
This one was never going to zero. The Barocco Dragons is still, they've held stable. They've done really, really well. And a lot of very clever people were expecting it to go higher than 0.7, right? So Tom, don't feel bad. The only thing is that the Baroccos is a 1,000 collection, or 1,1
I'm live on YouTube
on Solana, and their floor price is about 1.5 ETH equivalent, whatever they, or 2 ETH around there. So you got to say, okay, a 10,000 collection, what is that? Usually a sub collection is like 20%. Yeah. So we say, okay, about 0.4, 0.5, but we haven't even factored in the amount. The difference in amount. But I did something similar, Tom. I bought in at 0.5, and I watched it go to 0.7, and I didn't sell. And then I sold at 0.55 on the way down. But because I saw it was losing steam. So I got in, but I never let go. And then I got out and I made nothing, because with the commission or whatever and gas, I got out equal. But I still think in time that these have got legs. There's a good team. They put both Discords in one, which is great. They've already been delivering for a while. So I think it's not a decent play.
It was like you make a good point though, but it comes back to the thing about like people aren't wanting to. I was in there with the intent just to make some money on that day. Like it was not going to be a medium, even though I was aware of that. I was like, I'm trying to stay as liquid as possible. So yeah, I noticed, I was like, I could see it going down, and this is where a bit of experience came in. I feel like I was more experienced than I was back in the day. What I would have done probably months ago is I would have just held that right to where it is now, like to 0.25, and I would have been like a third loss. What I did is I cut my losses and I sold at like 0.35 or something. I was just like, could see it. I was just like, I just do not see this regathering, because you could just, you look at the trending charts, it's like it's just degen stuff.
Yeah.
So
hell yeah.
So I cut my losses on that, which I felt like I made a good play in that regard, because I became emotional. I made an emotional fucking purchase the other day, and that was.
We all do it. Do you know what I bought the other day? I don't know if you want to hear it. I bought a goblin.
You bought a goblin? No
Get
way.
in. How many did you buy that?
There's no, you don't want to know. There's no roadmap. There's no, we don't know who the team is. They've got a nice font, and that's the extent of it. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. But there's something there.
Yeah.
But I'm usually so responsible. I really am. I'm like usually like I've got rules. Only if you're doxed. I'm not buying if you're not. And like roadmap and like basic things. A Discord would be nice. But no. Yeah. So yeah.
You chucked the rule book right out the window for that one.
Then.
You were like, no roadmap, no doxing. Nothing. Discord, nothing. I just want.
What did you buy in at? What did you buy in at?
I'll tell you. But I also want to say, as I bought it, I wanted to tell the world. It's to be a part of, this thing when it's in the middle of it. Do you know what I mean? To buy the top is great because I'm part of the team. You want to tell everyone.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I just wanted to shout it from the. But then I got people who look up to me, and I thought, no, I shouldn't tell anyone. But for some reason, I told you guys. So I paid 5.1 ETH. So I'm not down yet.
Yeah.
The problem is that it's a huge amount of ETH, and there is a chance that like this goes to zero. I mean, it could be it is a bit of a degen play. So
what's the point of buying right now? Why not wait? Why not wait? Because in my head, I think
they're hinting at another drop.
Oh,
they're hinting at another drop already. Yeah. So they had a thing with eggs. And if you actually go onto their website, which I did last night, and you scroll in that little phone, they've got pictures of little baby goblins riding on a bear. And then they tweeted a picture of eggs pumping up. And then also there was the team reveal, which is no reveal at all. So they just go, this so-and-so. And I just, I'm sitting there giggling in a market that's been depressed. And I thought, you know what? I'm taking myself too seriously. This is fun. In the good old days, Bored Ape, that's what it used to be. Ape noises and fun. There was also no roadmap. There was also no doxing. And I just thought, you know what? I think that this has got potential to run. It also has big potential. I mean, it's a risky play. It's got potential to go to zero. And if you're doing that with 0.01 NFTs, that's one thing. To do it with a 5 Ethereum NFT is another. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm not as excited as I was yesterday, even though it's still sort of above where I paid, because like 10% or whatever royalty to OpenSea, I can't sell for less than 5.7. So it's under where I break even. And it's one of those that I feel I might ride all the way through, regardless.
He's sold on this one.
Wow.
Mate,
but I feel alive. I feel alive.
That's all you need. You need some degen to kick you in the nut. Feel like you're living.
That is crazy, dude. Yeah, to drop 5 ETH on plays out. Yeah, we'll definitely see. Let's see. All right, I know we have some other stuff here. Let me pull up my screen again. So that's fucking hilarious, dude. Okay, so here's one of my degen plays yesterday. I bought a crypto kitty. One, because crypto kitties are OG as fuck. And it's kind of fun to be part of history, especially because they're so cheap. Like I paid like $20 for it. I got a Gen 1, by the way. I was going to get a Gen 0, which would have been the first, because they basically come out in rows, and they were minting them like 4 years ago, way back in the day. And so I bought a Gen 1 because the Gen 0 was like 0.2 or 0.3 ETH, and I was like, I'm not spending that much money. So I spent like $20 on it, and I bought it. But the reason I bought a crypto kitty is because I'm preparing for a podcast with the co-founder of CryptoKitties and Dapper Labs on Friday, 4 p.m. PST. Wow. This is going to be a huge podcast. I am so super fucking excited about that. But that's why I bought that crypto kitty. And also, and his name is Mac Flavell, CEO of Big Head Club now. That's what he's doing right now. Previously co-founder of Dapper Labs and CryptoKitties. Huge fucking OG. He knows fucking literally everybody. I remember I was watching a podcast. He's like, yeah, man, I was like in this room with the founder of Tinder and like Mila Kunis, like all these like super, super A-list celebrity people. And I'm just like, you watch my podcast? Like, why? So I'm super pumped. That's my big announcement. So I'm really, really excited about that podcast.
That's
That'll be
awesome, Cade. Well done, man.
No,
That's
awesome.
incredible.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, so good.
Thank you. That's gonna be lit. That's like 4 in a row, 3 or 4 in a row where we've been able to stack on top and top and top and grow. So I told my community, look, guys,
was awesome.
That was huge.
Yeah,
that was
well
thank
done.
you. That was a huge one for me. But it's just getting bigger and bigger every time. And so I told my community, I was like, look, guys, it's literally a matter of time before we get Yuga Labs. I'm not kidding. Like the Yuga Labs CEO, that lady is gonna be on my podcast. I'm telling you right now, that's gonna happen. That's not like it's actually happening type of hint. It's not a hint. I want it to happen. I think it will.
For sure.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a guarantee. Like it is a guarantee. It's just a matter of time, patience, and time.
I applied, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet. I put out a tweet and said Yuga Labs is hiring. You guys should all be applying. And just so I'm not being a piece of shit, I was like, by the way, I also applied. I was like, I've talked shit about Yuga Labs. I've also said good stuff about it. But if Yuga Labs is hiring, they're not even hiring for a podcast host, but I applied for a podcast host. I sent him an email and I was like, look, this is not what your job application is looking for, but I want to be your podcast host for a Yuga Labs podcast because I think it's an idea that you guys don't do anything on the content side. You have the one trailer and it blew up. I'm like, so I don't know why you guys don't have content. Now, I don't think I'll get that job even if they had that because they're like buddies up with Farco or Farco, whatever his name is, the guy who does all those Twitter space shows. But I do video shows, so I think that was like my big one. So I kind of sent them all my big video podcasts and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm sure I won't hear a response, but I just want people to know that you should be throwing darts. You never know when you're going to hit the target. You know.
Sure. Absolutely, man. I'm with you.
And on that note,
in the good old days when we used to date, and you go up to 10 girls. And one of them would say yes, right?
You're right.
So as long as you're okay with the other 9 no's, then it's all good, So 100%. If you don't try, you 100%. Never get it.
Yeah, and also for people who don't know who Dapper Labs is, like the company, it's like the first NFT. Like they did NBA Top Shot, Crypto Case. Like these are all the projects they've done. Super OG. It's a historic brand in general. But I want to talk about this because I know Tom was in on this project, the Gens Croquet Club. And bro, this project's pumped to 10 ETH. I don't know if you noticed that. I don't know if you hold it still, but good God.
Yeah,
it must be delivering value.
No, so this is the one where they curated a whitelist community of whitelist only people. So it's the way that they curated this group and who it is. It's the demographic is why their floor price is so high. So this is a guy who is heavily a serial entrepreneur within Web2, so marketing agency, education, that kind of stuff. And he's a YouTuber with 150,000+ subs. And so he has
really good stuff too.
Yeah, really high level entrepreneurial stuff. Like he's well on his way to doing what like Alex Hormozy is doing at the moment. Like he's building very valuable companies. And what he's done is he's built an extremely loyal fan base of very like young, entrepreneurially minded guys, like in their, 18, 19, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Like that's his demographic. And I know this because I went to the pub with a couple of them the other day and they were like in their 20s, like early 20s. And the way to get whitelisted for this project was for 3 months. They held discovery calls, 20-minute discovery calls with every single person that applied. And they did that for 3 months. They hired like 6 full-time people to take these calls all day, every day for 3 months. I mean, what a fucking massive upfront investment. Yeah. That is unprecedented.
What do you think was your calling card or your thing that was like, okay, let's bring this guy onto the whitelist. We want Tom. What do you think was that thing for you?
I was early, so I with everything, right? Like I saw the writing was on the wall for me, right? Like I saw what this guy did. I was like, this is obvious the way this plays out. If they're actually gonna pull this off with the method that they are to recruit people. And so I got in early. So I had one of the first, within the first week or two calls. Nice. And I actually didn't hear anything for weeks because I kind of was focused on other stuff. And then kind of a few weeks later, I could see it gathering steam. I had done a video. I'd done a video on them because I saw.
Nice.
And then Brett Malinowski did a video, and I was like, okay, shit. Well, I need to make sure I lock down a whitelist spot then.
Yeah.
It happened. But yeah, it's a case just with everything, right? Like you had to provide value, and I provided value through promotion through YouTube, like simple, simple arrangement there. But yeah, what he did was he curated a whitelist of people who that was their first fucking NFT that they bought. Hundreds and hundreds of people who that was their first NFT experience.
How many was there?
1,000. It was like 975. And
what was
he had done what he's done was the mint price was $4,000 US, so a lot. It was a lot. But yeah, and it really I believe that there was kind of gives friction to this, so it weeds out the speculators, the flippers, right? So what happened was they launched, but they brought in all of these people who are like Web 2 entrepreneurs, like people who know business. They understand the nuts and bolts of business, and they've onboarded them into the Web 3 space and given them a massively positive minting experience, which was one of them. With the minting experience was seamless. It was one of the best I've done. Like it was so good, super low gas. Very easily, they'd done so much instruction stuff about to help onboard these people. They put in effort. And then the second thing is, all these guys have just had a, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8x on their first NFT asset. And it's like, awesome. And so all these people are like, NFTs are amazing. All these people, all these very entrepreneurially minded, super, they're like, these guys want to do stuff. So what they've done is they brought in all these people, high value people into the Web3 space, where I look at like Yuga Labs, who everyone was telling to their friends. Everyone to their friends was like, you want to get in on this mint, right? Like you want to buy, this is your chance to fucking become an NFT millionaire, right? It'll be like $5,000, but I guarantee it'll like 10x.
Yeah.
Fuck that. All these people lost thousands and thousands in gas and have completely fucking left the NFT space. And look at us now, we're doing 10 mil in daily volume. Oh. So I look at Jen's Croquet Club and I'm like, you know what? Fucking fair play. They have done what Yuga Labs failed to do. They have onboarded a load of high value people into the NFT space and given them a great experience.
That's awesome. So that's really cool. Are you still in that? I don't know if you're like open to talking about that. Are you still in there?
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Damn. That's a fat bag you're sitting on right there. So
yeah, I know.
Those connections must be really helpul.
You could get 2 goblins.
I know. Well, exactly. Two goblins.
And a burger. And a goblin burger.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's fucking hilarious, dude. You know what's sad? Tom? I didn't find out as early as you did, but I did find out about it before they did their launch, I think. I didn't shoot that. Just how we were talking about throwing darts, I didn't even bother throwing a dart. I just was like, I'm not qualified. Like I'm not a $100 million business owner, and I didn't quite understand, I guess, what they were doing. And I just was like, oh, like I'm not gonna, like, unless I'm Brett, where he's making, millions of dollars building businesses. I was like, I'm just not that level yet. So I didn't even bother. I was like, he's not gonna be looking for a YouTuber. Fuck me.
That was you know what, like you would have got it. Like it would have been a guarantee for you, man. Like it is you are the profile of what they're trying to bring in. Henry got it.
I'm gonna go. I have a balcony. I'll be back.
Sorry, but like so Nate also very last minute. I was like, he was very skeptical about it, and
because it's so much. I mean, that's a lot of money up front right there.
It was a lot, and I think he was, but so he got in. He sold his for just under 7 ETH. He actually sold the mini pump at the top, which was cool for him. Cool. But yeah, what I think this is important to because I see this as the future, or the real future of where NFTs are going. How you really curate a community of loyal. You've got a loyal community base. The reason the floor price is high is because he brought in a bunch of people who weren't flippers.
Yep.
Like it's as simple as that. You bring in people who are there. Yeah.
Nate's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm out.
Yeah, apart from Nate. Yeah, Nate's just like, see ya.
I love that guy, dude. I'm just thinking about him like being on his computer, being like, fuck this. Just selling it.
He's honestly, so I can't wait. I feel like this guy, I've seen him. I told you guys I told you, Cade, how Nate sent me a video of him skateboarding out of a pool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just shit like that. I want to see more content like that.
Oh my god, bro! Nate needs to start a vlog channel. That would be so funny.
He really
needs a vlog channel.
Yeah.
I want to see him out there gardening.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. We have a couple more stories here. Actually, some interesting stories to finish off this show. We have PayPal accepting and allowing transfer of crypto to external wallets. So basically, what we're seeing here is massive. I mean, this PayPal is not a small company. It's a massive company integrating crypto more and more. We're seeing Chipotle coming in. I just saw this video. Let me actually go back to my full screen so I can show you guys this video on TikTok. This guy bought a fucking Chipotle burrito in the store with his Ethereum wallet. And this is a problem because I don't look at Ethereum like real money. And I like Chipotle a lot. And there's 3 Chipotles within a mile of my house. This is not good at all for anybody involved except for Chipotle. Let me see if I can find this video.
Bought pizza like 7 years ago with like 12 Bitcoin. Or something like that. Did you see that, Tom?
Yeah, it's a legendary. The original legendary Bitcoin story is the pizza seller. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it was like 100 Bitcoin or something stupid. It's like, sorry, bro, I don't have any money, but I've got 100 Bitcoin. It's not like even now. It's like
All right, check this out, y'all. This is buying Chacos at Chipotle
with cryptocurrency.
He literally bought that with Ethereum.
Dude, you know, isn't this funny though? How we're sitting here, we're watching that like it was fucking some like magic, right? And it's like, whereas actually I just pay Apple Pay. I do that 10 times a day, right? And we're looking at being like, oh my god, cryptocurrency in 10 years.
I was just wondering what the guess is.
Like,
I was just wondering, like, how does he check how much gas before he just?
That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, pay $50 for a Chipotle burrito. Shit.
Well, so what do you think? Is it do you reckon it was how are they getting around that? Because I did read about this.
No idea. Not a fucking clue, dude. We're here to do headlines. We're not here to talk about details. I'm just kidding. I just don't
what happens if like, you get minting and gas is like 5,000 gwei and you've got it to automatically accept?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Actually, that's a really good question. That's something I'll have to figure out because I don't know the answer to that question. But that is because you're right. Gas will at least be as much as the burrito, probably. So,
Cade, you need to go and do this tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I might have to. I'm gonna see if I can.
Dude,
I don't know if it's a Chipotle's, but I'm gonna try.
This is your job.
Yeah, you're right. I also, you're right.
And
I do need to.
Yeah, exactly. This is a TikTok video for you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I think I will do that.
I wanted to know. I would love to know. Like, how the fuck are you doing it?
Sounds good. I'm getting sushi with a Bumble chick tomorrow, so I can't go tomorrow, but I will go this week to get a.
That's a good excuse.
Fucking hey, we're going on a date. Yes, Cade. Yes, this is what we like. This is what we're here for.
Anyways, thefts, fraud, and lawsuits at the world's biggest NFT marketplace. We have OpenSea. I'm sure everyone's heard of this. I've seen like 25 videos on this. Sorry, I'm just going to bring it up super quickly because I know NFTverse covered it. Everyone else has covered it. But basically, the OpenSea employee who basically did super fucked up insider trading while he was at OpenSea working. He essentially had access to all the information, knew which ones were going to be rares, would list things. No, he just basically had all the information. The most scummy of scummy. Fuck you, Mr. Chapman. You're a piece of shit, dude. Actually, I don't know if that's him. Whoever did it, like, you're a piece of shit. Like, that's so fucked up, dude. Like, that's the epitome of taking advantage of everything you're in right now. And I hate little stuff like that. Like, that's so lame.
And it wasn't even a lot of money, and the guy's going to face jail time.
Yeah, dude.
It was a couple of ETH in total that they're charging him for. And I agree that he needs to pay, but I mean, the guy, like, it's just stupid. My late dad always used to say, don't steal something small. Rather, go rob a bank and do it properly once.
Sorry, did you just say your dad told you this?
Yeah. He used to say, like, don't risk everything for nothing. Like, don't steal a sweet from a sweet shop and go to jail. Rather, go rob a bank and go to jail or not. Exactly. Like, do it once. Only put yourself at risk once.
Financial advice right there, fam.
He was a special man.
Absolutely financial advice from Philip's father. If you get in trouble for that, you can blame Philip's father. Yeah,
make sure that you make it worth it. The upside must be worth the risk.
Agreed, dude. My friend got arrested in high school for stealing a jacket from JCPenney. He got banned from JCPenney for life, and he went to jail for a $37 jacket. And I was like, Preston,
you get a criminal record.
You're rich, so I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. Like, he literally could have bought the entire store. Like, his whole family's rich.
That's quite common.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's what it was. He was bored. He was just bored as fuck. He didn't need that jacket. He's got 100 of them. But yeah, I agree. Go big or go home. Don't be a wimp here.
My wife and I do. We steal the reserve signs at every restaurant we go to. And we've got a whole shelf of reserve signs from everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's more like a memento of the dice. So like
that's actually really funny.
We've got about 20 or 30 reserve signs. And it's like, that one's from there, and that one's from there.
That's actually really funny. Okay, well, anyways, we have so we're all apparently we're all felons, as we're hearing here. But we have Board Ape Yacht Club co-founder. Not Tom. Yeah, Tom's. Yeah, he's wisely hanging out of this. He's a croquet club. He can't be caught talking about stealing. So Board Ape Yacht Club co-founder slams Discord after server gets hacked. So this is interesting. He claims that the server isn't working for Web3. He was really upset about this because there was about 200 ETH worth of money and NFTs stolen, about $300,000. A Bored Ape, 2 mutants, a bunch of other NFTs were stolen from the security breach in Discord. This is happening every other day. You guys know I lost my World of Women Galaxy in a Discord scam. These are literally happening every other day. And while the answer, I don't know if the answer is to shame Discord because it is like the individual's responsibility, but at the same time, like you can't, like how are people getting hacked every day? Like there's literally a Discord hack every single day. I'm like, what are y'all doing? So I don't know if Discord needing to do something different or us needing to move to another platform. I don't particularly care what it is. But like we need to fix this shit. This is getting ugly, and it's happening every single day. What are your thoughts on this?
So you first, man.
So I'm noticing a pattern with Bored Ape Yacht Club. They always blame the institution. So the same thing when they minted. It's the Ethereum blockchain. Now it's Discord. Discord was never created for NFTs specifically. I do think there is a great opportunity for something that is created for NFT communities specifically. Yep. But for now, I don't think his response is great. With that said, I do think we need a better solution than Discord. So I sort of agree with him, but I think he should take full responsibility and stop blaming everyone else,
That's interesting. Yeah,
I'll
interesting.
call him out. I'll call him out even harder. He's a prick. Fucking prick.
Well, Tom's not getting to interview him
anymore.
Oh
my God.
I call him out. The guy is absolutely wealthy as fuck. Like I agree with everything Philip said. Like, they blamed the Ethereum blockchain when they delivered the absolute worst mint that we've ever seen. Complete fucking shit show. The state of the market to a certain extent is based on the fact they pulled hundreds of millions of dollars out of liquidity out. And blame. Yeah, it's like blame. It's like you guys have enough money to secure your server.
100%.
Like, you have more money than almost any organization on earth. Don't blame them. Take some responsibility.
And other side was hacked today. After the Bored Ape was 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah. Other side, which is the same team, was hacked today.
Dude, oh my God. You know who's hacking them? The person who's hacking them is actually, I just found this out. This is huge alpha. The person who hacked them is actually this guy. Hold on.
I don't even see it yet, but I know it's funny.
It's people. People's been hacking everybody. This is the alpha. Okay, this is not actually happening. But this he got a fuck ton of slack for this though. People were very upset when he made a post with people on his main account supporting Goblins. And I don't know if it was the Goblins or their companion project. Someone did it 2x. Everybody was pissed about this. In my opinion, I can see why they'd be upset. This is a weird, out of place, unnecessary type of tweet. But it's funny. It's one of those things like, yes, he wants to participate. Like, it's like when you buy an NFT, like Philip said. Anytime I buy an NFT, I can't wait I want to put it all over Twitter. Look what I bought. But at the same time, you have to be, you can't be tone deaf to what's going on at your position in the market. And there are people who will buy things just because you bought them. And yeah.
Bro,
I'm not sure.
This is just like someone who doesn't give a fuck. He's got fuck you money now, so.
Yeah.
It's bullish that he's even thinking to put a troll post up about my amazing goblins. I'm thinking I need to buy another one.
I think we must. I think it's financial advice from Gordon. I think he's telling us to buy some more goblins. He's also telling everyone to click that like button. If you are in here right now, you're watching. Thank you for being here, by the way. Click that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel. We have NFT content. If you like NFT content, subscribe to all of us. Scroll down. I have Philip's stuff and Tom's stuff in the description, and obviously the subscribe button is right down there. So go ahead and hit that. But that is financial advice. Absolutely, you will see probably a 4 to 5x in all of your NFTs within probably 9 or 10 minutes of hitting that subscribe button. I would say that's probably on average. Anyways, we have the Metaverse tokens up 400% year on year despite altcoin bloodbath. This is interesting. I didn't know this. This is on Cointelegraph. This is, by the way, for anyone who wants crypto news, Cointelegraph is probably going to be one of your top news sources for cryptocurrency. You can see all the top stories for everything here. This is interesting. Metaverse tokens up 400%. Metaverse ain't happening. It ain't happening for a long time, but they're still up, and I agree. I mean, when I was dollar costing my way in with crypto, I'm kind of staying on the sidelines right now because I don't know. I mean, I probably could be dollar costing my way into the market a little bit, but right now I'm building up my bags for life stuff because I had to drop so many thousands of dollars to move. But I think my biggest returns maybe were some of my Metaverse tokens. They were the ones that pumped. I think Metaverse tokens pump hard when they pump, and they crash hard when they crash. And
they're still like down. Yeah.
They're still down.
I think. I mean, like the last couple of weeks and months, they're way down. So I don't know the time horizon on them saying that. Yeah, but I will. 15 hours ago, they said. But on the crypto side, like there are certain things that are looking quite juicy. Like Solana at this price, I think is a good play.
Yes.
Not financial advice at all, and I really don't know crypto, but looks Rare Token. What they're doing on their marketplace with offers is really revolutionary. They're better than OpenSea on offers, and I think their token is well undervalued. And even NFT World's token has never ever been lower. So if I had any ETH left, I would maybe put it into some crypto, but I literally do not. I'm finished. After today's RTF, KT, and Goblin, that's everything I've been stacking to make plays. I shouldn't have made the Goblin play. That's not the reason I've been stacking it, but definitely the box I'm proud of. But yeah, I don't have any money left for any of that. But if I did, I would be buying a little bit of Solana at the moment.
Yeah. Well, so we can look here, like for example, the Sandbox for people who are wondering. For like the 1 year chart of like the Sandbox tokens, one of the Metaverse tokens. 1 year ago, they were trading at 26 cents. They're at $1.30. So they are up on the 1 year. Obviously, this is like stupid when you look at it now because they pumped all the way to $6.50 at one point in a couple of deposits. It looks like they on average get up to $6 in a massive bull run, $4 to $6. It looks like. So if you're buying now, when we go back into a bull market, you're looking at a 4 or 5x if you believe Sandbox will be one of those projects that pumps. Now that's a gamble. Sandbox might get replaced. I don't think Sandbox is that good. I don't think any of the Metaverse are that good. So it's a gamble on who's going to win. You can bet on ApeCoin, you can bet on Sandbox, Decentraland. There's a whole lot of Metaverse tokens that you can bet on. What Alex Becker always says is diversify. If you believe in the Metaverse, pick all 10 coins and put some money into all of them because you don't know which one's going to pump. One of them might have a mistake. Axie Infinity got hacked and they had all this stuff go wrong. I still have fucking hundreds of dollars in Axie sitting there in a wallet that I can't access. So you just have to be aware of that and just make sure you're diversifying because you don't know which one's going to do what on any given day, literally. So it's just important. It's just important to do that. Let's see in the comments. And for people who don't know, Crypto Cactus family is working really, really hard to rug everybody. So yeah, just be aware of that. They're working hard to rug us. And I'll show you one of my DGen plays. This did not work. Very rarely. I'm like 1 for 5 on DGen plays usually on average. But I bought this birdie. Shout out Devin Shupapi for hitting me up and saying, hey, buy this before it's too late. Bought one. Volume looked okay. Listings looked like shit, and this is one of the tips I picked up from Philip. He said if there's more listings than sales in the last 30 minutes or something in a DGen play like this, it's usually not a good idea. But Devin was very bullish, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let Devin run with a bag and make a 5x if I don't buy this for fucking $20. So I paid 0.01 or something like that. Oh yeah, 0.01. That hasn't done jack shit. It's sitting at like 34 Ethereum volume or something. Yeah, 36 volume, 0.005 now. So thank you. I'm going to blame this all on Chupapi, even though it was 100% my responsibility to not do DGen stuff in a market like this. But that was my DGen play for the week, I think. L for me.
You need
So-
volume, Cade. You need a lot
you
more
need volume,
than.
dude. You need volume.
So like, I won't touch anything if the 100 under 100 ETH traded.
Oh,
I
really?
won't
Okay.
touch it. Yeah. It just
Just not
hasn't
worth
been
the-
tested enough.
Yeah. What is it, Tom? He's like trying to say something. I think he's muted. You muted, Tom? Wait, have you been talking this whole time, but you haven't been able to speak?
Yeah.
I haven't been able to hear you. Oh shit, dude. Yeah, you've been muted for I don't know how long. Someone fire this kid. Someone fire this dude.
Someone
You can't
fire
Tom.
me.
What, this is
fire-
called
fire
Tea Time with Tom. What do you got?
Oh yeah, fuck! I'm the main event.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he is the main event. Let's put him where he belongs.
Yeah, right in the middle. See?
Yeah. Let's go. Tea time with Tom in the Joyage Kingdom. Let's
That's
fucking
me.
go. Yo, what were you trying to say?
I wasn't trying to say anything. I was honestly,
No?
I was still talking about Yuga Labs.
Damn. Yeah, he's on a kick for Yuga Labs. Yeah, for me,
I was
Yuga Labs is tough.
What's that?
I said for me, it's hard with Yuga Labs because I don't know what they're doing, dude. Like, we don't know what they're doing. They're not cluing us in on anything. So all we have is like their PR, right? Whatever they're putting out on Twitter. And so for me, it's like they've got to be building something good with all the money they've built, but also like we have no idea.
They've got
and so-
HapeFest coming up, but I'm a big listen. The drop for other side was shit, 100%. However, if you minted a Bored Ape at 0.08 and you held until now, you've got $500,000 more than you had a year ago.
Yeah.
So they know how to deliver value and how to like build it up. Tom, you're still muted.
Or he's frozen, maybe. What the fuck is he doing over there?
I think he's talking to someone else.
He's a busy guy. He's out there in the croquet club. He's out here networking during tea time. But I mean, honestly, like that's pretty much all the stories. Like, there's not a whole lot else going on in the NFT space right now. I mean, the things I'm focusing on aren't really so much NFTs as much. They're more just the content side, networking with people, talking to people. Like yesterday, I went on a little, I don't know, what do you call it? A happy hour type deal with a bunch of crypto and NFT people, which was fun. Or not a bunch, it was just 4 guys. I met one of the guys. He's the guy throwing NFT Seattle. He's like late 20s, I think. His name's Mark, super cool guy. And he also does a little bit of like, what do you call it? Like he has his own business and stuff, so we kind of align there. He does content, he does business, so me and him became friends. And so I talked to some other people in the NFT space. One of the guys has been there since 2013. He's like a super OG. His roommate was the Cool Cats CEO, or the Cool Cats owner was this dude's roommate a few years ago. And I remember just being like, bro, what? I was like, excuse me? So just really cool to connect those guys in real life. And it was actually the first time in real life that I actually had fun at an NFT event. It's always been kind of like awkward, weird. Like I didn't know what to say. I didn't know where we were going to gel because I'm more on the content side. But that was a really, really fun time for me and to meet those guys. And they live in Seattle, like 10 minutes away from me. So that was fun.
Have you been looking for your bar job?
I did, but then I got busy with this business idea, and now I'm like, shit. I don't know. I need to. I'm going to. It's probably going to be after though. After NFT NYC. That way I can just I can focus on this for the first 3 weeks, get it off the ground. I think. Then I want to go to NFT NYC, kind of have fun there, and then if I do get a bar job, it'd be after. I mean, plus I'd only be able to work for 2 weeks. I'd have to leave for another week, and that would be annoying for them, I'm sure, for scheduling. So that's probably what's going to happen. Other deeds, I don't know anything about the other deeds. Do you guys know?
Just still been floating like just under 3 ETH. Kind of, it's just floating around the 3 ETH mark.
2.5.
2.5.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
So they released the gameplay trailer. They also showed that coders can be detached from land, which everyone sort of knows. They also have updated their website. If you go to other deed with a lot more information on artifacts and resources, but still not a huge amount of information on either of them. So they're keeping their cards very much to their chest. The fact that they were looking for game developers after the mint makes me think that they a little bit behind, right? Even with all the money that they have, like they were still looking for game developers. Maybe that's to add to the team. I don't know, but I can't imagine.
So, who knows?
I can't imagine this happening. I mean, it's hard to build a metaverse, right? Sandbox and has been going for 6 years, and all they've got is what they've got. So, look, I think that with their team and their money, that could maybe be condensed into a year. But I still think that that's how long we're looking at.
Yeah.
So I think
I would love for them to
have a
drop
lot of
sneak
time
peeks
to
and
buy
stuff,
in.
but Yeah, I think there will be a lot of time. I wish they would. I know that they like to do the big drop and be like, blah, board yacht club, but I hate that shit. I think it's fucking annoying and it's dumb. I think they should just show things as they're going and tell them that that's exactly what they're doing. Hey, this is beta 0.0 level of what we've got going on. That way people can just get excited about it and build that organic growth. That's just my opinion. Here's the last 100%. Thing. We have Patrick. It's the very beginning. I just remember seeing this. What do you think will perform better, Meme Land or PP or PSSSD? Possessed. What do y'all think? Yeah. I agree.
Tom?
I don't know anything about Meme Land though.
I have skin in the game on this. I have skin in the game on this one because I have Meme Land.
Oh, do you really?
Even though I tried fucking hard to get the possessed whitelist months ago, like Jesus. But yeah, so this is actually this is probably a little good story. One of my rare wins.
Keep talking. I'm going to switch my camera out.
I used no leverage for this apart from experience. So I saw that Meme Land came out as soon as it got announced. I saw who the advisors were on the team, and I just kind of looked and saw who had projects. And I was like, who had the lowest project buy-in to win to get myself into a raffle?
No.
It was the Zenape community. And yeah, bought 2 for about 0.25 each, something like that. Held it for like a month, just completely speculatively that it would. And yeah, they announced if you had accrued a certain number of their tokens, their rewards tokens for holding, you didn't have to stake it or anything. It was just for hold the number of days you'd held your NFT. You could enter the raffle for one spot. So it's one spot per person, and it ended up being a less than 1 in 3 chance of getting it.
Wow. Yeah. Holy shit.
For Meme Land.
Yeah. So that was
Meme Land's going to be the biggest drop that we've had in a while. Bigger than Possessed, in my opinion. But that's amazing, Tom.
Thanks, man. It was just I like that because I felt like I used that was like good NFTing, and I used no lever. I used nothing there apart from just like I pattern recognized and was like, okay, well, where are there opportunities? Where have I seen this done before? And I just obviously got lucky, but like it was the same with Moonbirds, right? Moonbirds is a 1 in 3 chance of whitelist, and I knew. I kind of, again, that was one I was obvious for me, but missed out. So yeah, that was a
dude. I want to ask a question about Moonbirds. Like, where do you think y'all would have sold if we had all minted in Moonbirds? Just for example, we just somehow got
sold at 3, at 4, at 5, at 6, at 7, at 8.
If you had one, if you only had one, if you had one, where would you
I mean, I would have. If I can make a 2x on a 2 ETH mint or whatever, I'll sell it for.
Gotcha. What do you think you would have done, Tom? Because obviously it went to 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, but like who actually held to 40, right?
Yeah, this is a tough one because I had there's emotion on this one because it is I don't know if I would have sold.
Wow, you think so?
Yeah, I think I would have.
What if it had gone to 40? You would have not sold a 40 ETH asset?
No,
bird?
It's the same reason I didn't. It's the same reason I didn't sell Hape. I saw it as a networking thing. I saw the long game out of it, and it was like not to do with. It was short term, kind of short. Not going for the short term bag, going for my game is I'm not going to flip my way to a million. So what am I going to do with is if I take in 30-40K from that, that's going to help propel me in my career.
40 ETH though.
Yeah, I know. It's like
100.
That could have launched your business. Dude, you could have hired out a whole team with $80,000. Like,
I'm still going to launch my business. I'm going to still launch my business. I don't need that. It's like that's the thing. It's like you can launch.
I would sell my mother for 40 ETH.
That's what we want to hear. That is telling me to rob a bank. I'm going to sell my mother for 40 ETH.
I had a muted that was my logo for the show. It was my logo, just like my Cronex is now. A mutant was my logo. People said, "Would you say?" I bought it for 6 Ethereum 6 months ago. Never sell it. Just before other deed, it went up to 45 Ethereum. Thank you, goodbye. I changed all the branding everywhere. I apologized to my community. I said, "Look, 40 ETH.
Yeah.
Do you know how many pins? I mean, like 1 rand pins I have to sell for 40 ETH. I know, thank you. I sold it. I said, God, God.
Hey, Philip, when you make a flip like that, by the way, do you do anything in the real life to celebrate? Like, do you celebrate big DJ plays, or do you celebrate by buying other shit?
Yeah, no.
Like NFTs.
Like a few months ago when I sold it, I was actually quite well off from a NFT side. I'm now down overall compared to like if I look at the floor value of all my NFTs, and I've got some really good NFTs. I've got a Cool Cat, I've got a Doodle, I've got a Clone X, I've got another mutant that I bought at 20 with the proceeds of the first mutant.
You still have it, mutant? Wow.
No, a different one. So mine, I sold it to a guy who then claimed, because I thought, let me sell it before the claim, because I'll get the most out of it. He claimed the land and then sold it to Seth Green. And Seth Green, it got stolen. My mutant, my poor
no way,
is one of the 4 that got stolen out of Seth Green's wallet.
Wow.
Bro, that's
Don't tell anyone, but he's sitting next to me. The mutant. No, joking.
My God. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, Philip is the thief. That's so funny.
I wish I had it back.
He took his dad's advice after 20 years.
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. Like that goes to show that again, the value of like the blockchain, right? You know, you could see that everyone can see that was yours, and it was like it's fucking crazy. That's like it's super cool. But crazy.
That is funny. Shit. That's a really good story.
Just what Tom was saying about that clever thing that he did with Zen Apes. There's one that you can do now, which is good alpha for your community. Crypto Rays is about 0.005 or 0.05, not 00, 0.05 at the moment. And that gives you guaranteed whitelist into MetaPeeps, which is going to be like, it depends on the market and when they launch, but that's going to be quite a good one as well. So Crypto Rays, the one that it gives you whitelist to is actually from Vinny Hager, the guy who did letters. So there's no Discord for MetaPeeps, but if you join the Vinny Hager's Discord, the letters by Vinny Hager, that will keep you posted. And all you have to do is buy a Crypto Ray. And if you buy 2, you get 2 whitelist spots. So it does stack. So I've bought 2. I'm holding 2. I actually bought one a long time ago at 0.15, and the whole market crashed. And I thought at 0.05, I bought another one. So
there's different reasons to buy different NFTs. I agree. There's different reasons. For anyone who's going to buy a CryptoKitty, because I have a CryptoKitty, that's not a good idea. Like, there's different reasons. I bought a CryptoKitty partially to prepare for the podcast. I just want to know about the ecosystem that he's so involved in, and I feel like buying one will just give me an extra like level of kind of whatever that would be. Plus, it's fun for me to be part of that. Like, that would be a reason if I was ever to buy a plasma bear. There's jack shit happening with plasma bears, but it'd just be fun to be part of that community, in my opinion. And that's just something that I care about. Like, that would be cool to have an NFT back in 2017. That's why I hold an ether tulip. Back, like that's like one of the first ever NFTs, but it's like nothing is happening there. Like, it's never gonna do anything, but it's just kind of fun to have one especially because they're so cheap. But half the NFTs I hold are art pieces. Like, I genuinely look at them like art. I would say 3/4 of my NFTs in my ledger are actual art pieces, like by actual artists. Not even part of collections, not collectibles. That's just what I care about. I don't care that much about the collectibles. I'm in a couple different projects I like for collectibles. Like, I like my goon, I like my duck. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, there's a couple of those, but there's just different reasons. You know, Tom has his NFTs for his own reasons. Obviously, he held the Hape for networking purposes. He would have held the Moonburst to 40 ETH for networking purposes, and that's what he values. And then Philip, same thing. He has a totally different mindset. It's just we're all working on different shit. Like, I want to be a podcast host. You know, Phil wants to be this, Tom wants to be this, and like therefore we all go in different directions for how we invest and how we allot our time and shit like that. So,
yeah, big time.
Hell yeah. And guys, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for being here. Code word is going to be go hard or go home because of Philip's dad's story. That shit was so funny. So code word, if you made it to the end, thank you for being here. Click that like button for us. 17 of y'all. I would love to see 17 likes. I'm sure there's already 17, but smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. All of their stuff is in the description below. We have Philip and Tom's stuff. If this is not your first episode with us, if you've been here for multiple tea times, I want to see code word OG. Y'all already know. So thank you so much for being here. Fuck, you guys have any last words? Or what do you think?
Philip gets last words today. Philip gets last words. He's got
last words. All right. Yeah. Last words, and then I'm gonna
guys. So this was amazing. Thank you for having me on Tea Time. I've been watching Tea Time, and to be here is surreal. That's why I was so quiet at the beginning. I was like, oh my god, I'm on Tea Time with Tom and Cade, which is so cool. And your crypto kitty is a good investment long term. I think I really do like it. I think guys will appreciate the historical stuff. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
100%. Hell yeah. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Until next time, continue on your Joyage. Continue to learn. We're grateful you're live watching this video. Bye.